Taylor Swift attends Travis Kelce's belated birthday party before Chiefs vs Saints game. Travis Kelce may be having a career year on the field, but his off-the-field life has become just as captivating. With rumors swirling and fans buzzing, the Kansas City Chiefs star tight end has been thrust into a media frenzy, much of it revolving around his relationship with pop icon Taylor Swift. Yet, when Kelce stepped out at his second annual Kelce Car Jam charity event in Kansas City, Missouri, to celebrate his 35th birthday, the NFL superstar was focused on more than just his personal life. The Car Show charity event, a staple in Kelce's efforts to give back to the Kansas City and Cleveland communities. Kelce was in good spirits as he mingled with fans and talked about the event's cause. Raising money for kids in need, the event highlighted Kelce's commitment to his community, showcasing his passion for both philanthropy and classic cars. During the fan meet and greet at the event, a fan posed a question to Travis: will Taylor Swift be there for the Chiefs vs. New Orleans Saints game? This is a question that has dominated headlines, especially with her recent appearance at Arrowhead Stadium. Immediately Kelce said, "She'll definitely be there for the game." The crowd cheered in delight when Kelce himself confirmed this. It's the question that has been dominating headlines, especially with her recent appearances at Arrowhead Stadium. His confirmation stirred even more excitement among the Swifties and Chiefs fans alike, who have been keenly watching their budding relationship unfold. As for his birthday wish, Kelce kept it football-focused. "I'll take another Super Bowl if you got one of those," he said with a grin when asked by reporters what he was hoping for this year. The tight end, who already has 2 Super Bowl rings to his name, remains laser-focused on adding another championship to his resume. Even amid the celebrity-fueled buzz, Travis Kelce showcases his classic 1970 Chevelle at charity event, reflects on Swift and family. Kelce's love for cars also took center stage at the event. Earlier in the week, on his New Heights podcast, which he co-hosts with his brother Jason Kelce, he shared his plans to show off a 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle at the event. The vintage car holds sentimental value, as it was the same vehicle he and Swift drove through Kansas City after she attended her first Chiefs game last year. "This car show has turned into something really special," Kelce said during the podcast. "It's a block party-style event with some of the coolest cars in the city. I should have my old-school 70 Chevelle revved up and ready to go." Even without Swift by his side, Kelce was clearly revved up about showcasing his favorite ride. This year marks a significant shift for Kelce. It's his first birthday since going public with his relationship with Swift in September 2023. Last year, the couple celebrated his birthday with a private, low-key evening in Missouri. This time around, while Swift wasn't physically present, Kelce was surrounded by family, including his brother Jason and their parents, Ed and Donna, who flew in to join the celebration. With Swift slated to attend the next Chiefs game, and Kelce focused on continuing his dominance on the field, it's safe to say his 35th year is off to a strong start. Whether it's under the stadium lights or cruising in his Chevelle, Kelce seems to have it all lined up. As the season progresses, the only thing left on his wish list is another Super Bowl ring. A resurfaced clip from the NFL star's 2016 dating show, Catching Kelce, he said, "If you're dating a professional athlete, I do not believe, at least for me, that you need to go to all the games. I mean, there's 8 home games, 8 away games, plus playoffs. I don't even expect my parents and my friends to make every single game," Travis added at the time. The Chiefs are holding a perfect 4-0 record on the new season, but Travis has voiced frustration with his own performances in the first 4 games. In Kansas City's victory over the Los Angeles Chargers on September 29, Travis posted 89 yards, more than in his first 3 games combined, but during an episode of his podcast New Heights with Jason and Travis Kelce. The tight end said he can still play better. "A big game is like, I score a touchdown or something," Travis told his brother Jason, 36, "I was accountable this game, I didn't have any drops, which is what happened in Atlanta to make me feel like I had a bad game," he continued. "I didn't have an outstanding game. The Kansas City Chiefs are back in action in Week 5, and they'll be taking the Monday Night Football stage against a very talented opponent in inter-conference play. With the New Orleans Saints getting off to a 2-2 start to the year, the stakes are high for Dennis Allen and company. The NFC South race is truly heating up as we move past the opening stage of the year, as a win over Kansas City would result in a three-way tie atop the division. The Chiefs, on the other hand, are building a commanding lead in the AFC West but need a victory at home to keep their perfect record intact. The Kansas City Chiefs defense will take on the New Orleans Saints on Monday night in Week 5. The Chiefs defense has been solid this season, giving up no more than 25 points in any game so far. The Kansas City defense has been underwhelming in terms of turnovers and sacks this year. The Chiefs only have 1 interception, 2 fumbles recovered, and 8 sacks through 4 games this season. This week, the Kansas City defense will have to take on the Saints, who have scored the most points this season. The Saints' offense is averaging 31.8 points per game through 4 games this year. The Chiefs' defense has one of the worst matchups this week and should not be started in fantasy. The Chiefs, 4-0 entering Monday's nationally televised game against New Orleans, 2-2, at Gayha Field in Arrowhead Stadium, have been effective enough to score when they've needed to score, and while the average winning margin has been slim, 23-18, Kansas City has been able to muster enough offense to make it stand. Still, the absences of the leading receiver, Rashee Rice, and running back, Isaiah Pacheco, are felt, and those absences may allow the Saints defense to place a little more focus on the tandem of quarterback Patrick Mahomes and tight end Travis Kelce, the 3-time Super Bowl MVP, Mahomes, and his Hall of Fame-bound teammate, Kelce. Kelce's reliably has been a security blanket for Mahomes, and though neither has posted numbers that pop out this season, Mahomes has 904 passing yards and 6 touchdowns, with 5 interceptions, and Kelce has caught 15 passes for 158 yards and no touchdowns. The Saints are aware that they always can pop off. Kelce likely will top Mahomes' target list Monday night. They move him around a lot. Saints coach Dennis Allen said of Kelce, "When you watch tape, he's in a ton of different spots. They put him outside at number 1, they put him inside in the slot, they put him at number 3, they put him in the backfield, they do a lot of different stuff with him. So I would expect to see him continue to move around. Obviously, they do things to try to get the ball to him, and yet they've got a lot of other talented players that they get the ball to. With this team, it's never really been a one-man show. They spread the ball around pretty good, and they've got a lot of talented players to get the ball to. That responsibility lies with Mahomes, a 2-time NFL MVP who was drafted number 10 overall, 1 spot ahead of Saints cornerback Marshawn Lattimore, in 2017. He's a hell of a player," Allen said of Mahomes. "And you just watch him play, and you're like, there's nobody else that's doing that. There's nobody else that's making that throw. He's not the fastest quarterback, but he is very poised in the pocket. He has great pocket presence. He somehow knows where the rush is, where the escape lanes are. He can get through an escape lane up to his right, up to his left. He can get around the pocket, and then he can throw the ball from any angle you want him to throw it from, accurately. He's really difficult to deal with. I look back and we played them in 2020 here, and a lot of the plays came off of his ability to kind of escape and find a guy that got to a secondary route and was able to get open. I think that's a huge challenge for us." In that 2020 game, Mahomes completed 26 of 47 passes for 254 yards and 3 touchdowns, with no interceptions. He was sacked 4 times but ran for 37 yards on 7 carries. The scramble drill completions make Mahomes and Kelce especially effective. "You've got to cover them twice," Allen said of Chiefs receivers. "We've got to cover the first route, and then we've got to be able to cover the second route. And then when we have an opportunity to get the quarterback on the ground, we need to be able to get the quarterback on the ground. It's much harder to throw the ball from laying on the ground than when he's able to stay on his feet. We have to finish on the quarterback when we have those opportunities. That'll be a big point of emphasis, and it's easier said than done with this quarterback. I think they do a really good job, Kelce in particular, of finding the void in the zone."